For years and years, I made one video a week for my real estate channel, and I did everything consecutively. So I had to come up with the idea for the video. I had to write title ideas. I had to make a thumbnail for it. I had to think about what I was going to talk about in the video and then write a script or an outline. Then I had to film it. I had to edit it. I had to upload it with the custom thumbnail. And as soon as it was all done, it was time to start all over again and do it for the next week video. But I managed to do it for years, except for one time when we had to evacuate from Hurricane Irma. Thanks, Irma. And I was not prepared. That was the only one that I ever missed for years. But it was also incredibly stressful and it's easy to get burned out. I talk to agents all the time who are like, I can't sustain that. I could do it for a little while, but I can't sustain it. So I finally came up with a system that would make this so much easier. And I want to share it with you because if we can make this more of a system and make it easier, then you're going to be more likely to do it and not fall off the wagon, right? So let's talk about the first couple of things that you're going to need before I show you exactly what my system is. Number one, you're going to try to do this all in a 4 to 5 hour block once a month. So if you can say, all right, on Friday afternoons, I'm typically not very busy. I'm going to do this from noon until 4 o'clock on Fridays, one time a month. Then you have to promise yourself that you're going to take this little baby that you have attached to your hand and to your ear and to your eyeballs. You are going to put it on Do Not Disturb. People can live without you for a couple hours. If you have to do it for an hour at a time and then take a break and check messages, that's fine. But if you cannot put that phone down for 30 minutes without checking it for messages and being there to answer the phone when somebody calls you, I would very like to gently suggest that you have some boundary issues and perhaps you need to do a little bit of inner work because nobody needs to reach you 24 hours a day. You should be able to say, I am off the clock. I am not taking phone calls right now. I am not answering text messages. There's not very much that is such an emergency that you would have to answer that message immediately. Now, by all means, put your kid's school on your preferred list so that would ring through even if it were on D&D. But clients, there's usually nothing that is such a huge emergency that it couldn't wait half an hour to an hour before you return the call. So do yourself a favor, make your life easier. Put yourself on Do Not Disturb. And you can even tell people, like on Friday, I'm going to be out of the office. I will not be reachable. And then they're not even going to call you in the first place. They're not going to send you text messages if they know you're not there. So then problem solved, right? Just tell people I'm going to be out of the office that day. One day a month, I film all of my YouTube videos. I'm out of the office. I don't even bring my phone. And that way they know that they're not going to be able to reach you. So that's one of my favorite tricks. Okay, so let's get into the things that where do I stand? I stand here. These are all of the things that you have to do with every single video that you make. You got to come up with the ideas. You got to brainstorm titles because you have an idea for what the topic should be, that doesn't mean it's a really good title. We have to research either what we're going to talk about in the video or do some keyword research if you're trying to rank in search. And for me, I love to rank in search. You can also rank in browse and suggested, which I do frequently now. But at the beginning, I exclusively went after search because when somebody was doing a Google search, I wanted my video to show up on the homepage of Google. And guess what? It worked great. Then we have to write the outline or the script. Doesn't really matter, whichever you prefer. Do you just want to have all of the bullet points and I'll refer to my list? Or do you want to write a full-on script and then read it from a teleprompter? It's your choice. I typically don't like the teleprompter just because I can't make it look natural. I've tried for years and years to use every version of a teleprompter that there is. I can't make it look natural if I am reading in real time. So I don't. Then we have to record the video, we have to edit the video, we have to make that thumbnail, we have to upload and optimize it. So how would we do this in a single afternoon? It seems kind of crazy, right? Let's say that we're going to brainstorm ideas. Now, you don't have to only look for ideas in this particular moment when you're sitting at your desk. You can have the Notes app on your phone. And if you're standing in line at the grocery store and you look over at some tabloid and you're like, hey, that would actually be a really good topic. I wonder if I could make a video about that. Write it down. If you're watching TV, the news comes on, some national scandal to do with our profession, write it down. Just jot down any idea that you have when it comes to you, so that when you say, okay, now I'm going to sit down and think about titles and topics for my videos, they're all right in front of me. And all I have to do is say, which 4 do I want to do this month? So I like to come up with the broad idea of what will the video be about? What is video number 1 about? Video number 2, video number 3, video number 4. And then I brainstorm the titles themselves. I like to do keyword research. You can use any tool that you like. I would use keywordseverywhere.com because it was super dirt cheap and very easy to use, very user friendly. So I would do my research, basically trying to figure out, what are they Googling? What are they searching for? What problem are they having? What do they want to know? What do they want to learn? What are they concerned about? What are they trying to discover? And then can I use that exact phrase in my video title so that when they do the search and my video shows up, they go, oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to know. Click, and they will click on the video. It's not that it magically makes it rank in Google. It's that they type it, they see your video, and they say, yes, that's what I wanted to know. It's more of a psychological thing. So I do all of that stuff. So how much time does this all take? Ideas probably takes me 20 minutes, if that. In fact, that's probably too much. Let's say 15, because I already have a running list of all of my ideas. So I just have to pick the 4 that I want. That could even be 10 minutes, y'all. Let's be honest. And then the titles, I'm going to write down 5 or 10 titles for every topic because I want to get the best title that I possibly can. And thank goodness we now have AI where this will cut down your time significantly. So this is probably another 15 minutes or so, maybe 20, where you go over to ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Grok, whatever it is that you use, and you say, this is what my video is about, and I need a really good title that is going to show up in search and show up in suggested and show up on people's homepage, whatever it is that you're trying to do in the YouTube ecosystem. Where do you want this video to be promoted the most? What kind of a title do we need? Because the kind of title that you need to rank and browse is very different from the kind of title that you would use to rank and search. So you have to know where you're trying to show up and then write a title accordingly. If you're going to do keyword research, I'm not doing it I'm doing it one video at a time, but I'm not doing it 1 week at a time. You know what I mean? I'm not doing all of the keyword research for this video this week, and then I'll do it again next week. I figure if I'm going to sit down and do keyword research, let's get all 4 videos knocked out at once. So that would probably take 20 minutes, maybe half an hour if you're really having a difficult time with it, but it doesn't take that long. Then here's where this starts to take some time, the outline or the script. So we need to know, am I going to write a full script? Okay, that's going to take longer. If you're just going to write an outline, I need to know, what is the opening hook that I'm going to say? What are all of the high points that I'm going to hit in the video? Do I have a soft call to action somewhere during the video? And then what do I want them to do at the end when the video is over? Do I want them to watch another video, or do I want them to go to my website and take some sort of action? I recommend that 80% of the time you get them to watch another video. We want to keep them on the platform watching as many videos as we can to make the YouTube algorithm happy and also to get more face time with that prospect. But then 20% of the time it's like, yo, get off of YouTube, call me. Come to my website, fill out a form, schedule a consultation. Let's talk offline in real life. And so some of the time we have to actually make an offer where they're going to leave the platform and go do something else. And that's perfectly okay. We just don't want to do that on every single video because we want to keep people on the platform watching our videos. So I would say it would probably take me, let's say like an hour and a half. It'll take me about 90 minutes to outline all 4 videos. I'm not writing a full script. I'm just writing an outline of what are the highlights, the things that I want to cover in that video. Then we're going to film it. It takes me roughly 20 minutes to 30 minutes per video that I film. It seems like no matter how long the video ends up being, that's how long it takes me to say what I need to say including all of the mistakes that get edited out. And I don't do a lot of editing anymore, but I still do. Like, I've coughed several times throughout this video, and I'm going to try to take them out so that you don't have to listen to me cough into the microphone. We're going to take that kind of stuff out. So if it takes 2 hours, so 2 hours to film all 4 videos, no, you don't have to change your clothes. You can if you want to, but I really don't think anyone is going to watch and say, does she not own any other clothes? Does she only own that one shirt and she wears it every single time? First of all, I don't think anyone's going to notice. But if they did, I don't think that's what they're going to think. I think they're just going to think, oh, she filmed a whole bunch of videos that day because she has a YouTube channel with hundreds of videos. So she must record a lot of videos. And it stands to reason that she recorded a whole bunch back to back, right? So don't worry about it. If you want to change your clothes, you can, but you don't have to. And I don't really think anyone cares. Now, here's where it gets really fun. That part, cross it off the list. I don't do the editing. I have hired an editor so that I don't have to do it. But on top of that, there are now software programs that use AI and they will do the editing for you. And what's working right now on YouTube is less editing. I used to get so many cold DMs, cold emails from people like, hey, I'm an editor. I can do retention editing for you. That's what they call it. Where they're going to edit your YouTube video and they're going to change something on screen every 3 to 5 seconds. That might work for my 12-year-old son, who is like so used to the constant visual interruption. For someone my age, I don't like that at all. And I'm so glad that we're getting away from that. That's not what people like these days on YouTube. The simpler editing is working better. So if you're able to just speak in a constant stream of consciousness without making a ton of mistakes, you won't have a lot that you need to edit out. So do yourself a favor, do less editing, or have someone else do it for you altogether. Yay. And then I also don't make the thumbnail. I made all my own thumbnails, and boy, could you tell if you go to that Georgia Coast Homes channel and you sort by oldest, there were some doozies in there. Yes, they were not good, but I'm not a graphic designer. So I finally said, you know what? It's not a good use of my time to continue to try to make these thumbnails that really don't look all that great. I'm going to have someone else do it instead. And so I did. And now I have someone who makes all of the thumbnails for me, so I don't have to. It is a better use of my time to be in front of the camera rather than editing and making thumbnails, because I get business from my YouTube channel. The more time I spend in front of the camera, the more leads and clients I get. That's really what it comes down to. So if I want to make more videos, am I going to spend all of my time editing, or am I going to offload that to someone else who's better at it and do a better job and it's faster, so that I can make twice as many videos because I'm not doing all of that other stuff that is not in my zone of genius. And then the uploading part. So once you hit upload, you have to write a description. You have to pick some tags. Let's say that all takes half an hour. So let's do some math in my right brain. Please don't hold it against me if I make a million mistakes. So I got half an hour, 2 hours, 3, 4. Okay, so we're at a little over 4.5 hours altogether. That is not bad. 4.5 hours once a month to get all of this done in a single setting. That is a good use of your time. Because like I said, the more time you spend in front of the camera, the more videos you get on your channel, the more leads and the more clients you stand to get. And if all of this just sounds super overwhelming, I got a couple of things for you. If you don't have a YouTube channel yet at all and you're starting from scratch, Channel in a Weekend is a mini course that will take you 2 days to create a YouTube channel from scratch and set it up and optimize it so that it will get found by the exact people that you want to find that channel. But if you're a little bit more advanced, you've got a channel, you've got lots of videos on there, you're just not getting any business from it, I invite you to check out Video Boss Agent Academy. We've had 4,000 people go through this program now from all over the world, and we've seen amazing, amazing results. People that have said, my entire business has changed. I can't even express to you how different my life is because I made a YouTube channel and I learned how to do this and make sure that it would get found. So if that sounds like you, I invite you to check out the link below and come join us.